Welcome to In the Zone. Dave Delgado here with UFC fighter Trevin Five-Star Jones. You have a second fight in the UFC next month against Randy Costa. Tell us what you know about your opponent and how training camp's been going for you.
Training camp's been very good, man. I started my training camp out in Las Vegas, Nevada. I went to Atlanta. I got some training in Atlanta. I headed back to Las Vegas, Nevada. I ended up taking a trip for a weekend to California, and I got some training over there also in Long Beach for about 2 days. Sharpened up on some techniques, some movement. I'm back on Guam, with the boys. It's hot here. I get my weight real low here. Man, and the boys are excellent training partners, man. And it's good to be on Guam. Guam's so small that I can get to a gym during COVID season and I can call certain partners over to work with me, and it's even great like that, man. It's a real team, and how a real team should focus on a fighter when it comes time to him fighting. And now I leave tomorrow to Las Vegas again to top off camp in Las Vegas, where I will be fighting, get that reacclimation back and just get that breathing down and just be ready to go. My opponent, that's wise, he's a very talented opponent. All the opponents in the UFC, I see them that they got something that got them there. So he's definitely a challenger, but I've been through this a lot, Dave, man. I've traveled all over the world. I've fought all over the world, and I'm just ready for this opportunity. I'm ready to capitalize. He's very tough. He's a striker. He likes to throw kicks. But I fought opponents like him before. He's a little aggressive. I got great counter striking, so we'll see how it plays out when we clash in the UFC 259.
Also getting in some quality training at Custom Fitness, where the Claros brothers really approach it with that scientific route where you're able to recuperate, get the body right, and it's just those explosive movements.
Yes, man, it's so good over there. It just gets your body like right where you need to be. It's very taxing when you're doing it, but it's not so taxing where you're trying to lift too much weights or you're straining your muscles or you can't make it to your next training session. It's enough to keep working and work to the point where it is hard when you're doing it, but you can go do another workout 3 hours, 4 hours later, instead of doing heavy muscle work, and then you can't do nothing later because you pulled something. So yes, they're very technical with their approach, and I actually love it over there.
And in your fight career, you've been blessed to not have any major injuries or setbacks throughout your career. How do you feel right now heading into training camp back in Las Vegas?
Man, I feel great, man. Like you said, I haven't really had any major injuries, knock on wood. But yeah, man, I'm very smart on my training, and my physical fitness is good, man. Like I said, Dave, we've been playing football, rugby for a long time now, and you know how physical that can be. And it just translated over to the MMA game, man. My body's made for this, Dave. Before I used to go so hard, and I even wonder why I can go so hard, and I watch so many of my training partners get hurt. Not that it's brain, but just knees, elbows, things like that. But I realized what we did our whole life. We played football, and we made contact. So, yeah, I really think my body's made for this, and I'm prepared, Dave, man. This fight is everything to me. I got a lot of people behind me. I'm putting it all on the line out there. My body is great. I'm in great shape, probably best shape in 3-4 years of my fighting career. And, man, it's going to be a nice show for Guam and everybody.
You making the switch to being a full-time fighter and training MMA full-time, you can see the benefits of doing that now.
I was still trying to earn my black belt, but ever since about almost 3 years ago now, when I earned my black belt, I was able to finally say, okay, now I can take my other career seriously and full potential. And that's what I've been doing, Dave. And yes, you're right. I feel the levels just shoot up. So the guys that fought me before, I was a jiu-jitsu guy out there and part-time in military, but the people that are fighting me now, they're going to see I'm a lot better, a lot more dangerous. And, my IQ is good out there, as they could see in the last fight. My last fight, people are like, oh, he didn't perform that well in the beginning of the fight. My approach was to let him get tired as me. And then we fight both on the same level. And I knew my body was durable enough to take his punches, take his beating, and move around like that. Of course, it was a nice push kick. But besides the push kick, I would have been in the fight all the way through. So a lot of approach you can take it. It just depends on your IQ. depends on how much you study and depends on how much you believe in yourself. That's the approach I went by, and it worked out perfect for me.
And congratulations on the comeback of the year. Something that turned a lot of heads and got a lot of recognition.
That was a great thing. I don't like the fact of comeback of the year because that's saying I got eaten a little bit, but I'll take it on 34 hours notice, no problem. You give me something like that on 34 hours notice, I'll take it. That's great. A lot of fights, Dave, I've looked so hard on myself. I'm mad. Then I go back and watch these fights, and I'm like, wow, Trev, you did great out there. How can you be mad at yourself? You went over there, you made the weight, you took a short notice fight, and you did great out there. But knowing that I still won, so people can look at me and say what you want. I got 5 split decision losses, and man, if you take away those 5 split decision losses and give me those wins like I believe I should, then I'm at an 18-1 record. So people are sleeping on me, I believe, and they're going to find out real soon.